Okay, I think I'm good to go. I don't want this to be like a repeat of my test run live stream that I did on Patreon the other day and forget to turn my mic on. So I think my mic is on. I see Aaron's here. Hey, Aaron. We are both on time. Whoop, whoop. I thought I was going to be late because like 5 minutes ago, Drakey was like, I need to go outside and go potty. And so potty break. And then he was very quick about it. I guess he is catching on that, I got shit to do. Hurry up, Okay. Okay. All right. So we are here and we are hopefully streaming. Well, the mic appears to be on. We do not want another muted live stream test run thing because this is not a test run. We are legit here. Okay, so today's stream. Oh, I should say, hi, it's Tori from Calypso Creative Planning. Okay, Anne says you can hear me. Good. So if you have not seen the Patreon live stream that I did the other day, it's with my new overhead streaming camera that I've been telling you guys about. It finally came, so I did a test run, but my mic was not on the entire time. But it was just a little quick 10-minute, I think, thing. So it's okay. For today's live stream, we are going to be looking at my Notion book list, and I'm going to show you some of the ways that I've customized it recently. And then we're going to do a little more customization because I had this idea the other day. Can you hear my dog? And I can't even yell at him. He can't hear me if I yell at him. Oh, goodness. Okay, so I had this idea the other day about something I wanted to add to my Notion book list. And I thought, well, I'll just record it and I'll put it in book club. But then I was going to do it yesterday. And then yesterday turned out to be a really crazy day. This whole week has been really crazy. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to save it for the live stream on YouTube. So that is what we're doing. This is currently how my book list looks. I've customized it a pretty good amount, actually, from the original that is currently in the shop. But I had this idea for... Drake, please, will you stop? Your bed is soft enough. I swear. Quit. He's like, why do dogs insist on making their beds softer by it's soft. It's a pillow. It better be soft for the amount I paid for that bed. Don't mess it up. Okay, sorry, crazy dog mom problems here. Okay, all right, so I had this idea for something I wanted to do to customize my book list even more. And I thought, well, I'll just show you guys and maybe make some changes. So let me see. Let me open up the original one. So the original one that I'm using started out like this, and it, I've made some changes. I've customized it more. I've added some more of these little menu things, and I've, rearranged some things. I've added more lists, and I'm thinking about like the customizations that I've done to it. Like updating this list and doing like a 2.0 and rearranging things and putting out a new version. I don't know. If you guys want a new version, let me know. Someone asked me one time, like, if I did put out an updated version for one of these things, like, could you automatically incorporate it into your existing one? And unfortunately, you can't. But I was thinking, and you guys let me know, that if I were to do a 2.0 version, and let's say you bought like the first regular version and you wanted the updates, what would you think about like if it was a detailed tutorial about how to customize it to get those updates? Because if you've been using your book list as much as I have, then like if I come over here to my book list and I look at all the books I have, and I don't even have all of them because I do still have some in my previous Notion list that I have not brought in. But if I look, I've got 342 books on this database right now, in this database. So I can't imagine like taking a fresh one and re-importing these things, because you can't just like, you know, re-import. So if you have an existing one, and if I do updates to it, what would be the easiest way for you to get those updates without messing up your original list, you know, or giving you more work? So would a tutorial help? Would a step-by-step of like, do this, do that? Or would you rather just start fresh? I don't know. So that's where your feedback comes in. But we're going to look at mine. And I'm going to minimize this, okay? And I'm going to show you some of the things that I've done. And then we're going to do some new things, because I have these ideas and I just want to do them. And it says, I totally need to get that since I've been reading it again. Yes, get that. And if I do an updated version, like, maybe wait for the updated version unless you're fine with this original one, because the original one is great. Like, I built it based on like what I needed to keep up with all of my books, because I do have like, you know, Goodreads and stuff like that. And then I recently signed up for, was it Fable? Which, if anyone is on Fable, let me know, because you can do like book clubs. I'm pulling up my phone, like you guys are gonna be able to see my phone, but like you can do like book clubs on Fable. And so I don't know, I'm still learning that one. And says tutorials are always a good idea. So he says, I was thinking the same thing, as I have so many books. Yeah. So maybe maybe we can do something where like, if I do an updated version, then maybe we can do like a one-on-one tutorial to upgrade you or something. And I don't know. Let me know what would help you guys, okay? Let me know, because I just want to do what's best for you guys, you know. And says, oh, I need to check that out. Fable. Yeah, let me see if I can pull up the website. See. Fable. Nope, that's not how you spell it. Fable. There we go. Well, is that gonna go to my page? I don't know. Okay, so Fable is this, and it's like you can do an app, you can do it online, but you can like join a book club or start a book club. I don't know a ton of stuff about it yet. It's still fairly new to me. But I was looking at other, you know, things. I saw this one thing where it showed like you could see your stats or something, and I thought that was really cool, but I don't see that anywhere. So maybe I just don't know enough about it. But it was like this really cool thing where you could see your stats, and I guess it imports from Goodreads. So like when you first sign up, you can import from Goodreads, and so it imported all of this stuff. But I guess it doesn't import everything, or it doesn't sync, because I finished this book last night and I updated it and it hasn't synced. So I don't know. It may be one of those things where I sign up for it and then I never use it. I did that with, was it Storygraph? Yeah, I think it was this one. I signed up for this one, and then I don't think I ever used it. Let me see. Oh, I think because it didn't, I'm going to sign in, but I don't want you guys to see that. Yeah, so it didn't automatically sync with my GoodNotes. Like, you can import it, but okay, yeah, so it's fable.co. Yeah. So I don't know. Like this, you can import your stuff from Goodreads, but it doesn't come in like all at once. You have to edit it because it doesn't, I don't know. So when I realized you couldn't just like update it and like pull all that stuff in, I just didn't really do anything with it after that. So I don't know. Those are two. There's another one. What's the one that Mandy uses? Who else uses it? I think Lex uses it. It's like Book Mori. What is it? Yeah, Book Mori. That's another one. So, Book Mori. This one. No. Yeah. This one. So that's if you're looking for other like book tracking apps. But I can't find one that's like exactly what I want. And honestly, I just prefer my Notion list. I do my Goodreads because it can automatically update with some of my Kindle books, like not advanced copies of books. But that's one reason why I like Goodreads, and I've been using it for years. But honestly, I like using my Notion better because not every book that you read can be found on Goodreads. Like if you're doing bonus materials from authors and you want to include that, and a lot of audiobooks are not included on Goodreads, and that's just annoying. Nope, not that one. I have so many windows open. Like the other one, so let's, if we're comparing all these different apps. So it just, I don't know. I mean, I like Goodreads, but it just doesn't, like you can't specify, like this one I could find the specific audiobook. But like I'm doing an audiobook right now, this one on Audible, and like you can't find that on Goodreads, like that's not on there. But in my Notion list, like I can mark it as it's an audiobook and, you know, all of that. So, okay, Beverly's here. Hey, Beverly. Aaron says, ooh, but how do you turn off the automatically updating words? How do you turn off the automatically updating Goodreads when you read on Kindle? Because sometimes I don't want my Goodreads friends to know all that. If you, I don't know if it's automatic, but, I mean, well, a lot of books are, but if you're in a book and you're in your Kindle, and I wish I could show you this right now, but I don't have my other camera set up. But like if you click on the screen so you get all the little extra buttons of this. See, this would be a perfect time to have my other camera hooked up, and I do not have it hooked up. Because I did get my overhead camera. But if you tap the little 3 dots and you, oh, well, that one's not going to work. This is an advanced copy of a book. Hang on. Let me go to a regular one so I can look at this. If you're in a regular book and you go to the 3 little dots up, you know, up by the top of the book, like if you're in the book and you hit like book details or something like that, why will you not open? You do know we're live, right? Come on. Like all these books, and I can't get this, just the one I want to open this. Okay. All right. So, oh, damn it, not that one either. That's an author exclusive. What? Okay, let's go to this one. This one I know is not an author exclusive because I pre-ordered this one. I swear. Oh, well, okay, now you're just trying to confuse me, Aaron. You know, I don't use a Kindle. I'm on my iPad. Okay. Well, on your Kindle, if you hit the 3 little dots and you're in the book and say about this book, you can turn off, like it'll say, if you go to about this book, it'll say Goodreads, Mark is currently reading, or turn it off. So I don't know if it has that on the iPad, but like on the Kindle, you hit the 3 little dots about this book, and then you can turn it off of Goodreads so it doesn't show up there. So that's one way that you can do this, because I don't want to mark this as currently reading because I'm not currently reading this one. Okay, I swear. Okay, it's kind of weird that you guys didn't see any of that and you've just been staring at my screen. I should have done my overhead camera because I got my new overhead camera. It's so lovely. Anyways. Okay, so did you find it? Okay, so it doesn't, I think you can turn it off, like the automatic thing, but I really like it, especially whenever I forget to mark when I started and ended a book. So having that automatic connection thing for my Kindle, I like, but it doesn't work for the advanced copies. And obviously it's not going to work for an audiobook. And I really wish that, that Goodreads had more audiobooks, because like if I look up Becca Steele, okay, because I'm reading or listening to, do you still call it reading if it's an audiobook? Because I've heard mixed reviews about that. I would like to know your opinion. So I've read all of these, and I read this one, but right now I'm doing this one again as the audiobook. And I wish that I could mark it as the audiobook, that I'm currently reading the audiobook again. Like, I can go in and edit my activity and add like another date to do that. Like, I can do that, but it's not, you know, like if I do, like, what day did I start reading this? I go back here. Okay, so I started this on the 7th. So, like, I can come in here and say that I started another one on the 7th because I am doing this again on the 7th. But I can't switch and be like, you know, this is the audiobook. Like, I can change the edition here. Yes, sure. Like, I can change the edition here, but it's like, it's not there. They don't have the audiobooks. So, you know, I don't know. So I really, really, really love my Notion list because I can do all those things separately. Like, right now, this specific book, I have the audiobook as a separate listing from the ebook because, like, the dates, the publication dates are different. The days I'm reading them are different, stuff like that. So I do have them marked separately, and I changed the icon to be little headphones because that's just cute, right? Let's see. Aaron says, is there, it's there, thank you. So just do it individually. Yes. So I think that's the only way you can do it. You may be able to turn off the Goodreads sync like completely. If not, then you can do it individually. Aaron says, I listen to a lot of audiobooks on my phone through my library app, the Libby app. And says, I usually only do audiobooks after I've actually read the book, but I'm weird, so LOL. It's okay to be weird. I embrace my weirdness. Aaron says, I like to make whether I read via physical book, ebook, audiobook. I never noticed in Goodreads an option for an audiobook. Yeah, they don't really have a lot of audiobook options. Now, one thing that I've done to customize my book list, this Notion list, is I added a format property. So now I can mark it as pre-ordered, borrowed, owned, hardback, paperback, Kindle book, KU book, audiobook, Kindle ARC, audiobook, ALC, or a beta shared doc, which that one's new. I got one of those, so that was fun. And says, when I used to read a lot, I never listed audiobooks in my read pile and listened to a lot of them when walking. If I do audiobooks in the future, I'll try to remember to track them too. Yeah, I mean, you might as well. You, like, I don't want to say ingested that content because that just sounds weird, but you listen to it. I feel like I don't want to say I read it if it's an audiobook because I didn't read it. I listened to it. So, I don't know. So that's why I do like currently listening to versus currently reading. That's what I'm doing. But, so yeah. So, let's look at some of the things I did to customize this. Okay, I added, if we look at the original. Okay, here's the original. Like these menus, I customized that. So we've got resource links, master book list, authors, publicity and marketing firms, year in review, because I am using the ARC Reader edition of my book list. So how I've customized it is I added a mandatory reads section. So if it's like recommendations from the book club or something like that, I can tag those and have a whole section for that. I added an ARC and street team area and a series list because one thing I recently as in I just finished the conversion yesterday, is the original version you can mark a book and like add a series, but it's just a tag for the series. So one thing that I've done new is I've created a series list where it's like its own individual database. So when I go to add a series now, it is another linked database and I can click on the series and go and see all the stuff in that specific series, which I really like. And I can specify an author to go along with that series. Love that. I also added a series list related. So like sometimes you know how when you start a series and then they have a spinoff. So now you've got 2 series that are related to each other. I wanted to connect those. So a good example would be this one. Okay. So this one is the Godfathers of the Night series, but it is connected to the Murdoch Mafia series, and it is connected to the Memento Mori series. So, and the Ray Delastrada series. So this is all connected to all of those. So I like that I can do that and click on those, and they're all linked now instead of just like a drop down of other things. So like I can click on this and see the books in that series. You know what I'm saying? Which I really, really, really like. Aaron says, I did hear that as... Well, see, it's a play on names, right? Mandatory reads. Yeah, we did that as a... You can thank Mandy for that. She is great with these, like, play on word things. So, mandatory reads. Get it? Mandatory reads. Same thing with the podcast. Readers of the Found Ark. You know, Raiders of the Lost Ark. You get it? You see the play on names that we did there? And when I say we, I mean Mandy. She, like, geniused that up. And says, yes, I want to be able to track series like that. I have so many Aviva Simmons series to finish. And then all the other great authors I've discovered lately. Yes. So I really wanted to be able to click on a series and see books in that series. I mean, you can do it in other ways on the original list, because you can, like, if you go to like the author, for instance, and let's see, there was okay, Becca Steele is a good example. Okay, so the way I've got this set up is on her page, I've got series lists here. They're all linked, and I can click on those series, and then here's the book here. I can also group the books by the series, and if it doesn't have a series attached to it, I can select that and add a series. That is the LSU series. Thank you. And then I can see this does not have a... Okay, so this is not linked up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this, and I can assign that to Becca, and then it will go up here in this list. So I can see that that is another series of hers. You know, like I said, I just finished doing that conversion yesterday. I know there's another book in this series, so I'm thinking it didn't get assigned. So I need to do that. But yeah, okay. So one thing that I'm thinking about doing for this is, since I'm doing more audiobooks lately, and I'm finding myself drawn to certain narrators. Like if I I'll listen to an audiobook and it's like, and I think that, oh, that's the narrator, and then I hear it mentioned for another book, then I'm like, oh yeah, I want to listen to him talk all day. So I kind of want to add another section up here for narrators. And then that way I can link those to a book and be like, this person narrated this book. And then when I click on their name, I can see other books that they have narrated. You know what I'm saying? So I think I want to add that. So I may get rid of this and then just add that up there. Maybe we should just go ahead and do that. So I think, I hate to lose these. I'm going to swap this out first because I want this to be here. I want to use that icon. So I'm going to do upload file, and I'm going to go to here and select that so I can have that there. This is this little sketch that I did for the podcast. Anne says Mandy's awesome. Yes, she is. Suki says, can you do a tutorial on how to add a series tracker in detail? Yeah. Okay, so let's say we go to an author. Oh wait, do you mean like a tracking like for this author, like what I showed for Becca? Like like this, or do you mean like switching everything over to have a series list like this? Where if I go to, let's go back, go to series list and have this. Do you mean that? Which one do you mean? Because I can show you both. But I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I don't want to lose you. Let's just go down. So by the way, I'm clicking and dragging, and I'm using another finger to do my my scrolly wheel to go down. So because I don't want to lose this. Why are you so small? I swear, Notion is doing some weird things with photos lately. I'm just going to reinsert that. I don't know what they're doing, but it's like I've seen some photos be really weird lately. Okay, yes, both. Okay, so let's start with, since I've already got the series thing done, I'm going to show you how I'm going to add a section for my audiobook narrators, and then you can apply that same thing to the series thing. So let's start with that. Okay, so I clicked, well, hang on, I didn't narrate that part, so I'm going to delete that. Okay, on my main page, so there's a new thing, so that I'm going to add a new section to this. So I'm going to say new, and I'm going to call this audiobook narrators. Okay, and we're going to do, let's see, so that's this, right? Even though there's no picture, we want it to look like this. Okay, that's how we want it to look. So in here, I'm going to customize my page because I cannot stand that. Okay, I want full width. Thank you very much. And I'm gonna do a database, and we are let me make sure that's how I did this one. Yes. Okay. Okay. We're gonna call this audiobook narrators so that we have a name, but I want to hide the title. All right. And we're going to say, well, we'll just leave that as that. I'm going to pull off the tags because I don't care about that right now. Yes. Okay. So let me go back here. And I'm going to pull up the link to this so that I can know who's narrating. Okay. I'm going to go here. Remember, this is this. And the narrators for this, of course, make it small when I go to do this. All right, narrators, Gregory Salinas and Kelly Tagger? I'm not sure. Okay, so these are our narrators, okay? And I'm going to go back to this book, and then I'm going to add a property, and we're going to say relation. And look, audiobook narrators is already right here because it's fairly new. Okay, so I'm just going to select that. If it doesn't automatically show up here because it's new, then just you can start typing. So audiobook narrators, I'm going to say show on the page, show here. Okay. And then here's our narrator. So I'm actually going to I'm going to use my scrolly wheel. I'm going to move this and put it up here by authors as well. So now this little arrow means that it is a relation link to something else, to another database. So now I can come in here and I can select these two. Now the reason why there's an untitled is because anytime you create a database, it automatically throws you like 3 blank things on there. So you can just fill those in. But now they are linked. So if I go to this page, you can see that this right here shows like the audiobooks that he has done. Now I can change this and say customize page, and I can put this as a page section, and then it's kind of like a bigger list because otherwise it kind of like squishes up there, you know? But that's how you get it down here as a page section. So if I go here, now you can see that this person, see how this is like a relation to this, and these are the books. Okay? There you go. There you go, right? I like that. Now, what you could do is if you wanted to add something like, let's say you want to follow them on Instagram, or you want to follow them on, you know, some other platform, you could add another property to this list and say URL, and we're going to say Instagram, you know, and that way if you find them on Instagram because you want to follow their content, you can put their Instagram link here and you can go to it. I'm going to delete this one because we just have the 2 right now. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is make a cover for this. Now I have, if I can find it, okay, somewhere in here, I've got my Affinity files, and this is, let me just make sure. Yeah, so my Notion headers, I have this here, so I can just pull this up. And I'm just going to duplicate this one and turn this off. And I'm going to change this to be audiobook narrators. Okay. Then I can export this and stick it in that folder. Stick it here, right? So name that audiobook narrators. I'm so afraid that I'm spelling this wrong, and I'm not, but it's a fear. Okay, so now I have that, and I can come in here and click. Okay, if you hide, this stays hidden, but like, because I don't want to see it all the time. So I'm going to say cover, and I'm going to select that I just made. Where are you at? There you go. Beautiful. Okay, hide that again. So now it is right here. This is beautiful. Beautiful. So I could rearrange these if I wanted to. Like, you know, I could move that up there so it's together. You know, this up here. I don't know. I mean, that feels important. I don't know why I felt like I mean, you can rearrange them here, but you know. Now I feel like it feels weird because there's not I feel like there needs to be something here. Like if I have this, it squishes down and it's fine. And this is usually where I look at it. So I think I'm fine with not adding something. But if I wanted to add another, like a photo, I could. I think I'm gonna leave that for now. But so now I have this, you know, this audiobook narrator section, so I can tag those, and when I go here, I can be like, oh, here's all the books that this person has done. So I think I will do that. And yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So another thing that that I've done, I need to mark this. Okay, I started reading this today. This is not an audiobook, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to mark this as started reading. This is in August. This is this year. Okay, so this is dark romance. It's mafia. It's, I don't know what else. I know it's organized crime. I'm just starting it, so we'll have to see where that goes. Page count. Let's see. Let me just pull this up while we're here, and I can just put all this info in. Come on. Oh, scrolling through my Kindle. Hang on, please hold. There we go. All right, so this says is 271 pages. Has anyone else noticed that sometimes like the page count on your Kindle will be different from like the page count on Amazon? Let's see what this says. I don't know if she has a page count. Okay, so this is 271 pages, and if I pull it up on Amazon, it says 270. That's not too bad. Now, I will say that some of these that I've seen has been a drastic difference of like, you know, maybe like, oh, it's 150 pages, and then when you open it up on your Kindle says it's 96 pages. And you're like, what? Where'd all those other pages go? So I don't know what that's about. This one, okay, this was author directly. I already have it linked to this author. Yep. Okay. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, but when I click on this, when you see me go back and you don't see me hit anything to go back, it's because I have two little buttons on the side of my mouse that's like a forward and backward button, so I can hit those and go back. So if you see that, that is why. Let's see. I'm going to link these to this one and the Murdoch Mafia. And this one is linked to Memento Mori. Yeah, so that's all linked there. I'm going to mark this as currently reading, and now you can see it pops up over here because it is currently reading. I'm going to mark this as owned, Kindle book, and it is a Kindle ARC. So this is new that I added. I mentioned it briefly a moment ago, but like, this is a really cool feature. I still have to do it for a bunch of books. I don't have it for all of them, but now that I have this tag, we're going to come back to this, but now that I have this tag, if I go to my master book list, I can go to all and apply a filter. So I'm going to take these off. Okay, that's that. Oh, quit. Go back up. So I can go to format and be like owned. Like, what are the books that I own? And I only have 40 of them tagged, but I know that I have more than 40. But when you have that tag, then that allows you to like sort through these. So like if you're like, oh, do I have this book already? This is how you would know. You know, if it is like a beta shared doc, I can see that, oh, I've got one on there, which is fun, that I actually have one like that now. And then I can see, an ALC. I've got 4 of those. So having that tag means that you can filter it out differently. Now you can just take that off, and then now, you're just back to regular, but anytime you add a tag or a filter, like a property of some sort, you can filter out your list by things, which is cool. Okay, let's go back to this. I'm going to swap out my cover. So I'm going to delete this one, and I am going to add this new one. Scroll all the way down. Did I add this? Yes, there it is. So I'm going to add that there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add this here. Replace. Lots and lots of books. Did I see it? Whoop. There it is. And I've already got the summary. I've already pulled the summary in. This is another thing. Since we're talking about things I've customized, I customized the book template to, if you're in my book club, then you probably already seen this part. I customized my book template, so now there's a place to add an image. So if I do like a book journal spread in my digital planner, I can add that there. And then I also added a section for sticker ideas, because sometimes when I'm reading a book, I get ideas for a sticker set that would match up with that book. And then I can just drop those ideas here on my phone, and then it would just populate here so that I can go back and do a sticker set. Have not done those yet, but at least I have a placeholder for it so I can. I do have a few books that I have made the list of stickers. For example, if I were to go back to, just so you can see what that looks like, if I go back to this beta read from Blake, I did do a sticker list here, which was fun. I don't want to give too much away there, but yeah. So I did do a sticker list for that. All right, so now that this book has been marked as August and with the date and like currently reading, then it's going to show up here because this is filtered by the month by the monthly reading tag. And then it's also, because it's assigned a date, it's going to show up here as a book that I'm reading. So yeah, that's fun. Okay, so here's one thing that I wanted to do. And I'm sure that I'm not going to be the only one that would love this feature. Okay, how many of you have series that you have started and then you get like, it's a year before the next book comes out, and you know it's coming out and you want to read it, but then you got caught up in other books, and now you've got a series that you haven't finished, and now you need to continue, right? So I want, down here in this section, I want to have a section here. Let's just duplicate this, and I'm going to pull this down here. I want a section down here where it is what to read next. Now, this doesn't necessarily apply to like the advanced copies of books that I have that, yeah, I know I'm going to read those next. They're right here. I need to read those, right? But I'm thinking like, maybe it's a book that I pre-ordered and it's here, but I haven't had a chance to read it. I give you that example because that is one of them. Or maybe I have a book that like, we all have a TBR that if I go up here to my book list, okay, if I go to my book list, I have different versions of this list. So it's the same list, but it's viewed different ways. So on this one, the main one, I have it grouped between want to read, currently reading, and read. Okay, because these are the status filters. So it's grouped by the status. And that's how I'm able to separate these. So these are my status things, right? But look, I've got 178 books sitting on this want to read list. I know, okay, and you're like me too, okay, I know that there are books that you want to read next, and they're just kind of lost up here in this list of 178 books. So I want to add a status tag for reading next, or want to read next, or something like that. And then I also want a status tag for series to finish, or series to continue, or something like that. Like, that's what I want. So I want a list here, want what to read next, but I also want series to continue, because I know, like, right off the top of my head, I've got, like, not even like new series that I'm starting, but I've got a book series that book 3 came out like last year sometime, and I still haven't been able to read it. I've got another one, book 30 came out last year sometime, or maybe it's the beginning of this year, I don't know, and I haven't been able to read it. I don't want to lose those in my regular little want to read section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 2 little lists here. This is series to continue, and then want to read. Okay, I'm gonna stick these here. I'm gonna stick that there, because I mean, come on, you know you're like this too. Okay, Erin says, so like a TBR priority ranking. Yes, my Goodreads TBR is a mess because when you request an ARC, it automatically puts it on your TBR. Yes, definitely could use both of those. Now, wait a minute. When you say when you request an ARC, it automatically puts it on your TBR. I mean, like, do you mean like automatically on Goodreads? Like it doesn't just automatically populate, right? Because if it does, I have not found that out. But yeah, a lot of times whenever I apply for an ARC, there'll be like a Goodreads link that you can go ahead and add it to your list on Goodreads. I don't always remember to do that, but I do put it in my Notion. And then sometimes they don't put it on Goodreads until right before the release, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. Okay, so I know I'm not alone in this. You guys want this too. Also, I want this guy duplicated because this guy's pretty. So I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need that. This is much, much prettier. Oh, through Goodreads giveaways, I do those. Oh, girl, we're going to have to talk. Where's that? Goodreads giveaways. What? Wait, do I still have my Goodreads open? No. Yes. Where's the giveaways? How you find that? Girl, talk to me. Where are the giveaways? How do I find these giveaways? I want giveaways. No, I get enough books. Don't tempt me, Erin. What are you doing? I swear. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I want a what to read next and a series to continue, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to my master book list just to start. Okay. And so we're in our want to read. I feel like this is a good place to start, right? So I'm going to click on this. A Bride for a Winter King. So this would be a new series. It's a series I want to continue. So I'm going to say, see, is it going to let me do it here? To continue. No, it's not going to let me do it there. Okay. We are going to edit the property. Yes. Okay. Want to read. We're gonna say series. That's not how you spell that. Series to continue. Okay. And we are going to put it, I'm going to put it above this. So your default is set to want to read. I kind of want to change that to be read. So it's like TBR, right? I want to change that. Okay. So series to continue. And then TBR next, maybe. Does that make sense? So I'm going to do series to continue and then TBR and then that. No, I don't like that. Reading next. Maybe that. Okay? Maybe I want this to be multi-select instead of just status. Maybe I want it to be multi-select. That way you can select like series to continue. No, I don't. I'm going to leave it as status. So, no, I don't want this. Delete that. Yep. I want this to be, nope, stop it. In progress. Delete this one. This is what happens when you move things around. Read. To be read. Reading next. Not started. Delete this one. Okay. Alright, so series to continue. Reading next. To be read. I don't want this to be this color. I want this to be this color. Series to continue. Let's make that blue. Reading next is green. Sure. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to make a difference for me or not. So now I can change this to series to continue. Okay. Oh, are you kidding me? All of these, because I did that, it wiped out my status on these. The fuck? Really? Really? Okay, learn from my mistakes. I swear, learn from my mistakes. Because I switched this to multi-select and then back to status, it just erased all of these. It's fine. That's fine. We will just, okay. That's fine because we got to categorize those anyways. It's fine. Okay, so this is, I'm going to say series to continue. This one is series to continue. So code, I'm going to say reading next. I think on that one because technically I've already read it because I did the beta read for that. But okay. All right, so this one, that one's just to be read. Okay, there we go. I like this. That makes sense to me. Then, okay, you know what? I'm fine with these being wiped because then I can go through here and be like, what are these? I don't know. So this one is just TBR. What's this one? TBR. Where's my thing? Oh. Okay. So, I'm going to have to do these for a few of these because, well, I'm not going to make you sit through all of these because then you're going to be like, Meh. Okay, so this one is a series to continue. All right, this one, I want to read this one sooner rather than later, so I'm going to put that on reading next. Oh, same thing with this one. See, this is going to be where it's hard because it's like, oh, I want all of these. you know. This one can just go on TBR. After him, oh, definitely that is, I'm going to put this one as series to continue because I want to read all of Kelly's stuff to get caught up before Halloween for 6 comes out. So that's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to say to be read. This one is series to continue. Okay, I don't want to do these for all of these, but I just want to do enough to where you guys can get the gist. So, okay, so this one is series to continue. I gotta have enough of these so that you guys can see it on the list, right? This one needs to be, okay, so technically this one is a semi-advanced copy that I got and haven't read yet, so it needs to go on there. Okay, I don't want to do like all of these, but the ones that have like colors next to them, I know I want to do those. So this is series to continue. Why do I keep losing this? I swear. This one is series to continue. I know that. So this hopefully will help me like go through some of these things and work out some of these. Where's okay, this one is series to continue. You know, you get the idea. So okay, so this one is technically reading next. So if I have a thing, I know I'm going to mark those, right? Okay, this one actually, this one's a little bit confusing because it's not necessarily a series. It's a new series, but I'm just going to put it under reading next. Okay, so this one's been received, so that one needs to be reading next. This one definitely needs to be reading next. This is a new series. Okay, so, all right, there's more, but I just want to get a few on here so we can see this, right? All right, so now that we have a few of those marked, then I think we're going to go over the 1 hour mark. Okay, so what I want to do is I don't want to remake a list. I could technically go through here and be like, you know, like I could do a list. I could do like a list view and pull from that. And so I guess I'll show you both ways. Okay, so I'm going to do list view and I'm going to say master list. Now it's going to get all these things, okay? Okay, calm down. That is not what I meant to do. All right, hang on. I got a little ahead of myself. Try this again. Delete. Okay. Now don't delete your original list. This is just a view. Okay, so I'm going to say list view of the master list. And I'm going to choose this one because this one is sorted by, you know, the stuff. So I'm going to choose this one. Okay. And I'm going to say filter by, no, stop, filter. And I'm going to say filter by status. And we're going to say reading next. And I'm going to turn off the grouping, okay? Because we're literally doing like the list. Now this is like a table view, but you could change it and literally just be a list view. And like, here's your list. Like, here's your list of what to read next. And that's it. There's your list. That's pretty cool. You could come in here and say, you know, I want the author to show up. Well, that one looks a little crazy because there's a lot of authors. Like, you could say this. You don't have to. You could just have, you know, just have this. Now that we have this, okay, I'm just going to say duplicate. And I'm going to drag it over here. And then I'm going to oh, stop it. I'm going to change the filter to series to continue. Okay. And then you might want to turn on grouping and then group by the series like this. You could do that. So you could be like, you know, and you can minimize these and be like, these are the series that I'm continuing. Right? Oh, several of them. So you can see like, okay, this one doesn't have a series, so we need to mark that. So this one, I'm just gonna, I feel like that was kind of like not necessarily a standalone, but I'm just gonna put that one here as just like regular Queen of Spice, just so it shows up in that list. Okay, and then this one, she changed the name of this, so this is technically something, it's cruel vows now, and that is the Killers of Portwild. So that is that. So yeah, so you could do this. I'm gonna click that so the filter is not showing, move that over there, so like you could see this, right? So I mean, that's how you could see it, as like a, like here's your list of what to read next, but then these are series that you're continuing, and you can see that there's 2 under this one, and there's just 1 under this one. And yeah, so this is what I wanted, so that I could like get all of these, and you know, I'll have to like go back through my list and like categorize them so that they fit here. But this is what I wanted. This is what I want. I'm going to change this one. This is book, no, this one's book 2. So I'm going to change this to series to continue. So it goes over there, because it doesn't come out for a while anyways. But yeah. Okay. Does this make sense to you guys? Because it's making me happy. It is making me happy. And I could come through here, and I'm going to add a divider, and then, or maybe I just want another one of these. Let's say duplicate, and then just stick this guy here and get rid of this one. And then maybe I want to bring that image back and have this guy here again, and duplicate. I'm gonna swap this one out for, let me go here and here and here and put that there. Maybe I want that. Maybe I don't want this one because I changed that up there. And maybe, oh, it's so big. And then make it small. And you just be cute. Just be cute right there. Thank you very much. Okay. I don't know if I'll keep that, but does this make sense to you guys? Because I really wanted to come through here. I know I've got to go back to my list and like finish going through these and be like, well, where do these fit? But I like having these now so that I can go through and see, like, okay, so when I don't know what to read next, I can do this, and I can categorize my arcs and put them here. But then I have series that I want to continue that, like, I know I've got like 4 books, 3 or 4 books in this series. They need to get tagged to go here because I read the first one and I want to read the rest of them. And you can also add a sort by, so it's, it's sort by, oh no, the sort, first of all, is the group, okay? And it's done alphabetically. You can move them around. So like maybe you want to, Drake, I'm gonna need you to stop. Maybe you want to switch this to manual and then be like, I want to read this series first, and then this one's important after that. You know, like maybe you want to do that so you can work your way down the list. Like that's, Drake, you've got to stop. Quit. I'm so sorry. So like if you sort manually, you can do that. And then underneath it, instead of having, like, let's go to one, this has got 2 in it, okay? So, well, that's not really helpful. They're the same name. You could do, instead of sorting by book name, you could sort by publication date, so that you know you're getting like first to last. Drake, I'm gonna really need you to stop. All right, so if I go to, I don't know if I have all of these tagged. Oh, I do. Okay, so I can go to, oh, okay. Let's go to this one, and now that it's all thing, I'm gonna say series to continue. I'm gonna do these. Status series to continue. All right, that one's red. I've already read that one. Okay. Let's put this here so that that's linked to her. Okay. So now this, you can see that I've got, you know, there's 3 of them, and they're sorted by the publication date. So now I can see what order to read them in. So like this one, then this one, then this one, right? That makes sense. And I like the manual sorting, so that I can be like, okay, what series do I want to read next? Like, what is most important? You know, put them at the top. Like, which one do I want to read first? You know, and some of these, it may be like, it's a book that doesn't come out till next year. So that's, you know, so maybe it needs to go to the bottom of the list, because, let's see, 2 more. Like this one doesn't come out till next year. So it can go down here at the bottom. Like this one comes out soonish. So I'm going to put it there. You know, that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. This makes me happy having this, even though I know that I need to go through and like finish these. I'm actually really glad that it switched those to no status, because then I know which ones to do. That makes me happy. But yeah, okay. And it says, yes, it helps to have them in order so you know how to pick the right one first. Yes, yes, yes. So, okay. Okay. Oh, the other question was, Suki wanted to know about the series. Okay, so let's go to, I showed you how to add this, okay, these things. So you can do like the same thing I did for the audiobook narrators, do the same thing for series, okay? So for the other way to do series, let's just pick one that I know I have a few series for. Let's go to, okay, Candace Wright. I know I have a few series for her. Okay, so when you are in a series, and you have to hit open to go there. When you're in a series, you can tag the author here, and it'll go up right there. And if it's not tagged, like if the author is not tagged in the series, it's not going to show up here. But this, I just copied a view of, let me just do this. I'm going to delete this. Okay. I actually set up a thing here. I edited my template and added a view of the master book list here that's just filtered. So if I didn't do that, then you would come here and you would be like, you know, table view. Okay, or gallery view. And then I'm going to choose master book list. And then you can filter by the author. Okay, and in this instance, we're going to choose Candace Wright. Okay. And under gallery, you want the card preview to be the cover, because you've already assigned a cover. And you can choose to fit image, so it looks like this. Okay. Then your next step would be to group it by the series. Okay. If it doesn't have a series, you can tell that that's a standalone. Okay. And you can sort by, I'm going to change this and sort by publication date, or you can sort by series order, whichever one makes more sense. Usually it's going to be the same sort anyways. But so yeah, so now I can see this. That's not all the books in this series. There's like 8 or 9 books in this series, but this is how you would do those. Now you can also, you know, create this once essentially and edit your template. So it comes in like that. So if I go here and let's see, let's go to one that doesn't have anything. So if it's got this, that means I've already added that template. So I'm trying to think of one that, okay, so this is a new one. This is a new author that I've done. So I created a template. So you can say new template. I think the template's already there. I just edited it. If you want to edit the existing template, you can say edit. And then this is where you would add like a view of that book list. Like I can come in here and say, hey, I want this grouped by the series. And then, the filter will still apply, but this allows me to do this way and then sort series order. No, I'm not talking to you. iPad, quit, stop it. So this is series order. So like if I go, like this is my thing, okay? So if I click out and go back, now I can hit this and it'll automatically put this here and it'll automatically do this. So I just have to filter by Cora Rose. And then you can just, sometimes you have to like see if there's anything, just like give it a minute to populate. But there you go. So then that's how you would set that up. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So you guys let me know if you have any other questions and we can look at anything else. I know it's like 7 past, but this makes me feel good having this all, done like this. I like it. So some of my books disappeared from here because this is, it's filtered by this and not everything is like tagged. So I do need to go back here to my master list and any of these that don't have a status, assign them a status. So, okay, so this one would be series to continue. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this for a minute and then you guys tell me if you have any questions. And yeah, if you guys have any questions while I do this. Drake, don't start with me. I swear, this dog is just I swear. Okay, so do you guys have any questions? Any questions at all? It's gonna be serious to continue. This one I want to read this fairly soon. I want to read this one fairly soon. And says, so you will definitely do a 2.0 of that. I will wait if so. Yeah, if you guys want me to do a 2.0 and make some of these changes to it, I can definitely do that. Definitely do that. Because, like, yeah, I can definitely do that. Drake, scratching me up. Is there anything else you'd like to see differently? Like, you've seen these things. You've seen me like mess with these a lot. So if there's anything else you'd like to see from like updates with this, like let me know. Erin says, been working with my hands, but looks good. Erin's over there making some lovely art that we'll have to go to her Instagram to check those out. Let's see. I have a lot of, like, these are like bonus content that I need to read. Stop it. So they end up on like the series to continue. And then some of these are like books that that I hear about from like arcs that I don't end up getting on. Say this one got a mandatory reads, so it was mentioned in book club. So yeah, we get lots of those. Let's see. It says, yes, please. I want to track all the things. All the things. And this could be, I've had people ask me about templates for templates for like movies and TV tracking, I mean, this could be converted into something like that for sure. Oh, I did want to go. So this one should probably be reading next. This is going to be hard because I'm going to like want to put everything on reading next. You know? That is going to be hard. But the good thing is I can always switch things out to just to be read. You know? Let's see. Oh, this would be reading next because it is a new arc coming up. Oh, it's just like, this is hard. Okay, this one, that's going to be a series to continue because that's part of that other one. Oh yes, a bonus content category is good. Like, what do you mean? Like, what would you like to see for a bonus content category? Like, oh, do you mean like, well, okay, so I have a type here. So I've got like series, standalone, novella, anthology, bonus scene. So if it's like, if it's part of a series, I'll mark it as this. But if it's like also a bonus scene from a series, then it would get both. And so that's one way that I can separate those. So if you're looking for something like that, that would be a good place for it to be. Because sometimes you'll get a novella and it's not a full book. And sometimes, you know, it's a full anthology, which is why you have 50 authors attached to it, you know. So that's how I do those. Let's see. Oh, this one. This is a series I've been meaning to read and haven't got to it yet. So I'm going to put that on reading next. Oh, this would be series to continue. Series to continue. Okay, so this makes me so happy. You guys, so happy. I'm going to put that on reading next. It's going to be hard to be like, oh, what are we reading next when I want to read them all next, you know? That's the hard part about this. And says like how Eva Simmons does those bonus downloads for a book. Yes. Okay, so for those, that's actually a really good example because I do have some of those. So if I go to authors and I go to Eva Simmons, just as an example, because I love me some Eva Simmons. Okay. So let me sort this. Let me group this. It used to be grouped by the other series. Okay. So for this, like this, okay. So Saint, okay. There was a bonus epilogue. So what I did is it's part of the Sigma Sin series, but this one is marked as series and bonus scene. So that's how I cover that. So it ends up showing up in the series list. And then, what? You don't have a picture? Why do you not have a picture? You should have a picture. Is this not? Okay. Gallery. Oh, it should not be page content. It should be cover. Thank you very much. So like I know that there's like bonus scenes for these and I haven't read those yet. Have not read these yet. Is this series order? Okay. So yeah, so that's how I would do that. Is I think I've got bonus scenes for all of these that I have not read yet. So it would be logged just like this, which you can't do on Goodreads, but you can do here. So I have it logged as Saint bonus epilogue, and it is marked as a bonus scene. See? That's how I do that. Same thing with, I meant to go to authors. If I go to authors and like Juniper next, I know I have a bonus scene marked for Juniper. So let's go there. Juniper next. Thank you. And well, this is just one series, but see how I've got In the Light of Sin extended epilogue. Why do I not have a photo there? I should have. Oh, because this should be gallery and cover. There you go. I knew I created a cover for that because it didn't have a cover. I want this book to come out so soon. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to mark this as series to continue while I'm here. Oh, I can't wait for that. It's just, but November's so far away. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Does this make sense now? Like now I can go down here and be like, oh, I just added 10 more groups to my series. Yeah. Okay. Now. Okay, so I definitely like having this done to a manual, not that grouping, manual grouping, so that I can come in here and be like, okay, oh, stop it. Damn it. I hit the button. Okay, so grouping. I like having it as manual so that I can then go in here and be like, okay, which ones are more, like I know this one needs to come up here. You know, I think that one's first. And then that one, I think. Yeah. So I can move these around and be like, well, which one, like this one's an arc, so I know that it comes up here. You know, this one's an arc, so it comes up here. Stuff like that. So I can move these around and be like, work my way down. I like that. That makes sense to me. So I have to play around with that. But then also I can go to, like, this is a good example. I set this up. If I go to Kelly Finley, go to her page, I've got the series list here, but then I also, like, I have it broken down here, but then I added a list view and it's sorted by publication date. And then I have it marked over here as like, what is my status of, like, this one needs to be series to continue, and this one needs to be series to continue. So because I'm trying to read all of the books in her world before Halloween for Six comes out on October 1st. So I wanted to have, like, all of these I went through yesterday and made sure they're all on my list so I could go through. You can see where I picked up in her world. And I wanted to go through and read all of them. So this is, I just duplicated this view and then I turned it into a list view and added the properties of status and page count. And that's how I got this list. So yeah, that works for me so that I can be like, I want to make sure I get all of these books read before this one comes out, because they're all interconnected. Some of them, like these four go together. Like this is the prequel, and then these three, and then these three, and I think that's a separate one. And so like they all go together in an interconnected world. And so I just want to read them all. I want to read them all. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Suki says makes sense, and says very cool. It says, do you have a series complete tag? Ooh. Okay. So let's do that. Let's just add that. So under the series list, we could add a property for status, and I mean, not all of them are going to be really not started, but in progress and done. So we could change this to, instead of saying done, we could say complete. Okay. And then that way you could go through here and be like, oh, this series, is it, continuing? Oh, I got a lot of series on this list. But yeah, that's a good one. Ooh, a spin-off tag. You could totally do a spin-off tag. The way that I'm sort of handling the spin-off tag, like how would we do a spin-off tag? So the way that I'm handling this is that it is related, so that if you do, oh, okay, but should it be here? Or, okay, so if I have a book, let's go back. If I have a book that, let me grab one. Let's not do these because I haven't got to those yet. So like this one, I have these where it's like, it's related like this. So it's related to these other series, but should this one have a relation to the series list as well, and just like related. Yeah. So then, why is this related and then related? I didn't want related and related. No, stop it. Edit. Delete. Yes. Am I confusing myself? Relation. Series. Add relation. Okay, so in this, this series would be related to this one and the Murdoch Mafia and the Memento Mori. Okay, so I like this. So I can see that these are, this is in progress. Okay, so I can see that this series is related to these series. So like if I click this, I can see that this series is related to this series. Ooh, I like that. There you go. One reason, so Aaron said some series need a family tree or spinoffs. Yes. So one reason why I wanted to do like a thing where you could click on the series and it takes you to the page is because I want to do some series maps where it's like this character is like when you have, especially when you have multi-generational things where it's like you have this guy and this girl and then they have this kid. And then this kid ends up with this, this chick when they get married years down the road. And then they have this kid. And I want a character map and a series map and how they all create. And this one specifically, this world from Samantha Barrett is one that I want to do it with. And by having it have its own page, I could make that map and then put that picture in here. Like you could even add like a character, like if you wanted to like really dive into character stuff too. You could be like in the book, add things for characters too. You could totally do that. You could be, you could go back to this section and add a new one for characters. And then you can have characters connected to books. Like you could just like keep going and going and going with this. Like there are endless possibilities. Like you could just, we could just keep going and going and going and going and going. I think that's cool. I'm excited about this. Like this one is a full cast of narrators, so this is gonna be like a whole big list. But I've got to go through and like get any of the audiobooks that I have, which I think is gonna be easy because I can go by all and I can say format and I can choose audiobook and then this I can add narrators for these. That's going to be an easy one, but I do need to go back and do the status tags. There you go. Aaron says like Jodi Piccolo doesn't do series, but in her earlier books she has some characters that return in multiple books. Yes, see, I love character cameos. Because it's like, it's not really a series, but it's a whole world, right? It's like all these standalones in a world. It's not really a series, but it is a world because there's character crossovers. That's like the stuff from Kelly Finley with her world that I want to get into before, Halloween for 6 comes out. Because that's all these right here. And I couldn't figure out how I wanted to do that because there's like little series that it's like a little trilogy in a larger world. And then some of them are standalone in a larger world. Which is one reason why I wanted to be able to go to like her page and be like, here's the books in publication order. This is what I need to read. There's another one like Rena Kent. She's not on my list yet. I think there maybe there's like a couple that's on here, but it's like multiple series all in an interconnected world. So it's like 30 something books or something like that. It's like that. It's like a world. I love worlds. They make me happy. It's kind of like the Zodiac Academy connects to the Ruthless Boys, and then like the was it Sins of the Zodiac is the new one. They're all interconnected in the same world, and yeah, want it all, want it all. Yes, that is another thing. I thought about adding a category up here for like book verses, so it's like the whole universe is from different authors, and it's like this is a part of the book verse. You know, you could do that. This could be another one that could go here is book verses, because like Wings of Ink from Angelina, like that's a like a multiverse type of situation that she's got going on that connects to other things like from her. Let me filter this by Angelina. Thank you. And then we can change this to cover and group by series. So all of hers, like, they link back to other worlds. Why are there no pictures? Oh, well, that one definitely doesn't have a picture. But these are pictures. Where are my pictures? Where are my pictures? Cover. That's why. Oh, okay. I was like, where's my pictures? Okay, so it's like Anne and Aaron have gotten onto like a little book chat about whole worlds over there. Y'all, I love it. Let's do this. We should be having these chats in our book club Discord, because we could like do a lounge book chat where we just talk about these things. Like, so much fun. So much fun. Okay. All right. So this is a long one. I did not intend to be on here for this long, but I hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you have any questions about this, or if there's something that, if maybe you've been waiting to get the Notion Book Hub and you want all these new changes made before you get it, if there's something else that you've thought of that you would like to have incorporated in a 2.0, like let me know. That reminds me, before we go, let's talk about this. So updates, the Patreon, the planning Patreon, the vote is going on right now for our August goodies with the reveal on Sunday. The Q&A is open right now. Next week, we're going to be doing the suggestions and votes for the exclusive live stream. And then over in the book club right now, through tomorrow night, we are doing the vote on our next podcast episode. So we've got a lot of good topics on that. So go check that out. Aaron, come join the book club. Oh my gosh, it'd be so much fun. So much fun. You can read the book of the month with us and then come hang out at the end of the month for the Zoom hangout where we chat about the books. I want more people to come join us over in the book club, because it is just, I love books. Okay. So yeah, so that is happening. Go over there, go vote in both of those places for those things. And yeah. Okay, so that's all I got. Unless you guys have anything else you would like to say. I kind of want to do a book verse thing. Ugh, I'm holding out a spot for that. That may be what happens here. I don't know. But I'm excited. I've been wanting to make these changes for a little while now, so I'm glad that they are here. And this makes me happy. Makes me very, very happy. But look, see, now my want to read next section. Like it's getting kind of big. It's getting kind of big over here. So I'll probably do these and then these. But I can always adjust these and be like, hey, let's move this here. I think, wait, one of these, this is book 2 for this one, right? Let me see. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to put this on series to continue then. There you go. That's how that works out. Okay. All right. So I'm out. You guys have a great weekend, and I shall see you later. Yeah, I've got lots of work to do, and yeah, busy day. It's just been a weird week though, but I will check you later. Bye guys. This was so much fun, and love the nerdy book goodness. So, ta-ta.